And we're now going to talk about this for Texas Face Off. So joining us this morning, we've got Tara Pohlmeyer, who is the Communications Manager at Progress Texas, and Matt McCoviak, Chairman of the Travis County Republican Party. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
So when we think about this, my first thought goes to how does the city think they're going to do this, given the laws that have been passed by the Texas legislature? Matt, we'll start with you. What are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this goes against state law. And so I don't know why they think they can get away with it. I think it's going to be challenged by a lawsuit. And I don't think that, whatever the percentages of taxpayers who oppose abortion, we would all have a moral problem with taxpayer dollars going towards abortion. I don't see why the city should be focused on that, spending taxpayer dollars for that purpose. So it's extremely disappointing. It's another example of the city doing something that doesn't make sense, that doesn't spend taxpayer dollars wisely. And in this case, I think that goes against state law.
So, Tara, regardless of how one feels about abortion, how does the city think that they're going to be able to do this, given, and for some context, the legislature passed a law this past session that said no taxpayer dollars can be used in any form to an organization or an affiliate organization that is affiliated with abortion. So how can they do this?
Absolutely. I think we're talking about Senate Bill 22, and that really prohibits a local entity from partnering with a trusted healthcare provider, and specifically, as you said, like an abortion provider or an affiliate. None of these organizations that would be funded through this needed funding fall into those categories. So this is really not against any law, and this is really needed for equitable access here in Austin. We talk a lot about economic justice, racial justice here in Austin, and this is a chance for Austin City Council members to prove that they're committed to those ideals.
But I'm just going to push back a little bit, because when we say this, they are coming out and saying that it would be money. The city leaders are saying it would be money designed to help increase access to abortion.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Senate Bill 22 says is against the law.
Well, I think when you talk about what this would actually fund, when it comes to housing, when it comes to child care, these are barriers that Texas has put in place to limit that access. When it comes to abortion providers, this money will not be going towards them. This will literally be going to fund transportation, to fund housing, and to fund that child care cost.
And so, Matt, when we think about that, while that is the intent of the money, the law specifically, and I mean, this is from Senator Donna Campbell, who represents parts of Central Texas. She was very specific about and talked to us about her reasoning, who says, well, even if you're helping them with money for those things, that provides more money to do other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, money's fungible. So I don't know that there's an important distinction there. They're trying to be clever with how they're trying to do this. I just don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to get shot down with a lawsuit. We'll see. District courts in Travis County are generally pretty democratic, and so they may stick with it. But once it gets appealed, I think we'll get overturned. So, just again, another example of the city, doing something that's super progressive, that again kind of sticks a thumb in the eye of taxpayers. Taxpayers do not want to see their dollars going to fund abortion, whether it be getting a ride to get an abortion or paying for the abortion. Is kind of an irrelevant distinction. So I'm disappointed to see the city do this, and I guess they're talking about doing this in the next budget. So we'll see, when the lawsuit could happen. But I think this is not going to pass muster.
Do you think that if this were to happen, and if it is upheld legally, we'll see some legislation over this?
Well, the next legislative opportunity would be the January 2021, the legislative session, which is 14, 15 months away. So it's quite a ways away, or 18 months away. But so we'll see. I think the legislature was pretty clear on their intent, not just in the language of the bill, but also in the time that the bill was being debated. So I think they're on pretty strong ground to challenge this and get this undone.
Yeah, Tara, what are your thoughts? Because it seems as though we see this often, where Austin will try to pass something that people see as progressive, that people see as, the people in Austin see this as a good thing, Austin City leaders see it as a good thing, and then the state comes back and challenges it.
Absolutely. I think it comes back to the Republican trend of preemption. And when it comes to communities doing best and doing what is best for their communities, that needs to be a priority for our upcoming legislative session and our upcoming elections as well. We've seen Republicans time and time time again try to take down these laws that would increase equitable access, that would help working class families, that would help parents in a lot of ways. And I'm really proud of the city of Austin for taking this step, and I'm excited to see what comes next.
Okay, well, we certainly all will be watching to see what they do next, as well as what implications this could have. And we thank you both for being here today. If any of you missed this interview, you can rewatch it on our website, KVUE.com, after midday. We'll be right back.